everyone. This is Dr. Satyan Kumar from the Mechanical Engineering Department. I am working here as an assistant professor in PGPCET Nagpur. I am here to provide a lecture on the gas welding. First of all, we should know what is a gas welding. Gas welding is a process through which we could join the two parts, and gas welding is only using for the thin plate, not for the thick plate. For the thick plate, I have to go for the electric welding because more heat is required to melt the parent material to join between two materials. So we have to first understand the which one type of material I am going to join. First of all, we should measure the thickness of the plate or workpiece. Otherwise, it will not provide the appropriate joint and appropriate strength because of the heat. Here, the only gas welding process provides the highest temperature around the 3000 degrees C. If melting point of the any material is above the 3000 degrees C, then it is not possible to weld that material because of the high melting point. So we have to choose the material which have the melting point below the 3000 degrees C. So first of all, we should go the whole for the gas welding. In gas welding, flammable gas are using as a fuel like acetylene, propane, butane, and also using the oxygen for the combustion process. Without oxygen, no combustion will take place at any places. So oxygen is very important. So when I will go for the using the acetylene gas, then the gas welding is called oxyacetylene gas. Sometimes we are using the flux. Flux are not using for another purpose, that is provide the only protection of the welding from the environment and also provide the neat and clean joint, so that joint will be completely defect free, and then after the completion of the joint, it will remove by hammering. And next slide is oxyacetylene welding. In this welding, the acetylene and oxygen gas are used, and it will mix together in the equipment, and then combustion will start, and the pinch point will transfer the heat at the joint position. It is only for the point joint, not for it will provide the heat at one particular point, not throughout the length. So we should first identify where is a specific point and provide the heat at that specific point, so that appropriate heat transfer at that point and provide the joint. And the next one slide is I have, so that oxyacetylene welding, that is using the no pressure is available, no without or with the filler material. We could use filler material just for is a material which provide the extra material which required for the joint purpose, and filler material may be coated with the flux, and that flux will protect the welding from the atmosphere or maybe from the oxidation. And gas welding, heat will transfer because of this reaction. So first of all, we should create the acetylene gas under the acetylene gas cylinder. So acetylene calcium carbide it react with the water and then provide the calcium hydroxide and acetylene gas. This acetylene gas will be stored in the acetylene gas chamber and it will provide the some heat that heat is this one amount. So during this process it is one type of the chemical reaction or exothermic reaction. So because of it liberate the heat from during the chemical reaction. Next slide is these figure are showing the gas welding equipment. Before going to using the gas welding, so we have to go for the understand how the gas welding equipment works and some what is the important part of the gas welding. So here two cylinders, one is this acetylene cylinder, another is oxygen cylinder. Both of the color is not same. Both of the colors are not same. One is maroon for the acetylene gas and black for the oxygen gas. And this cylinder is connected to the torch and torch having a one combustion chamber in this part portion and oxygen come from the oxygen cylinder and here mixed by the regulator. Regulator is here and mixed with the help of the regulator control the mass flow rate of the acetylene as well as the oxygen, and here some spark will create by manually like light with the help of lighter, then combustion will start here and heat provided at the pinpoint. At that point metal will melt and after that will make the joint. So some thinner rod is provided here which will provide the extra material. And next one is chemical reaction and temperature distribution in the natural oxyacetylene. So in the flame the everywhere not available the same temperature. Some very small point, big point having the very high temperature, and that particular flame is covered by the outer flame so that it will protect from the outside effect. So here the inner flame is called the inner cone and outer flame is called the outer envelope. So maximum temperature in this area will touch near the point at where I am going to melt for the welding purposes. Here the outside temperature is around 2500 degrees C and this point, this area temperature is 1000 degrees C. So highest temperature in here, so that point will projected near the metal where I will make for the joint purposes. And next one is this one inner, also called the inner point is primary combustion. Primary combustion temperature will very high and here chemical reaction is this one C2H2 and O2 react and make the carbon dioxide and hydrogen gases and then go for the secondary flame. And this one part when temperature is low because secondary combustion zone is here and here the CO plus H2 plus O2 will react and convert into the CO2 and some water vapor. H2O means not a water, that is water vapor. And next one is flame formed by the burning a mix of acetylene and oxygen. Fusion of metal achieve by the passing of inner cone and over the metal. So here and thank you for attending this session, and I will again come for the lecture for the next class session. Thank you for listening my lecture.